Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting laid out. Dark, the darkness is hidden me into the dark. And I just want to say a few things. My movie will be made one day, even after the reality. Maybe you guys want to see my movie play out in some kind of evil reality. I mean, you believe some guy who said that Jesus is going to be 10 foot, he was 10 feet tall, and that if you didn't give him $1 million, he was gonna die because God couldn't use him anymore or something. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's just interesting. And I'm not saying that they did the wrong thing because I don't know. All I'm saying is I want to make a movie. What are you guys thinking? Maybe it's from God, maybe it isn't. I can't help it if it's playing out in reality. That's not my job to play things out in reality. Maybe I think my movie is more than what it's for. We'll see, won't we? I think I already tell you what I think. What I believe. But we'll have to see. I mean, I mean, how do you know the movie is going to stop something? If you do the movie, then you never know it stopped it. If you don't think it's going to happen anyway, so that's their argument. It's like, well, we'll let it play out, and if it does come to pass, then we'll write about it. Oh, you guys are so smart. That's like Israel. You remember like Ezekiel in the Bible? Ezekiel, yeah. Yeah, he put a pan through his face. They laughed at him. And they lost their fucking country. It's like, fuck. Why didn't they, beg? Like, even, he said, well, God, they couldn't have done anything about it. Maybe not, but I think they might have. At least held off until the generation or two. I don't know. But one thing I do know is that Ezekiel would say, hey, God, wait a minute. How about this? He was going to use human dung to make the bread out of, of course, he pasteurized it first, but then he said, "Look, God, I never done that," and so like he used cow dung instead, and that made it bitter in the belly. And it was sweet bread. I'm sure they put a lot of sugar in it or whatever to make it sweet, or however they made it sweet. And I've had I've had Ezekiel bread. They sell it at stores, health food stores, even today, or Christian stores, whatever. Yeah, no bread store. Yeah, a real fancy bread store. You can get Ezekiel bread. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. And you guys might say, I was listening to this one guy who's talking about white supremacy, and it was just interesting because I'm still trying to figure out what it is, I heard this one guy, he was like saying like all these white people and their white privileges, and he was saying like every time they tried a sport, they would be the best at it, even golf and tennis. He wasn't a Christian, but he was some kind of religious fella, and he was like putting out the challenge, his religion, pretty much against all other religions, especially if you're black in that religion or something. And all our religions are white religions, and their religions are black religions. He says it's black and white. It's like the black versus the white, which I don't believe that that's the case at all. That really is a silly statement. I believe. You could say that I don't like blacks. You could say I don't like whites. You could say people say all kinds of stuff. This guy was militant. I mean, he even had a uniform on, so said he was Muslim or something. Now, I'm not saying he was Muslim. I'm just saying, he was a guy that definitely, thought, blacks were superior to whites. And, there's a lot of whites that think they're superior to blacks. And I disagree with both sides. I think that love conquers all. Now, you might say, oh, yeah, about when Lulu and Cuckoo got together, they couldn't keep it up. They couldn't have any kids, and then the one wanted kids, and the love couldn't hold it together. Huh? Did they really have love? Does love, and it's like since we all are like lacking in love, you think that's like why we're all like getting our ass kicked? And the only thing that can save us is the grace of God. So, and then when the rubber meets the road, we know that God can get involved into a situation. And in those times, you hope you're on the right situation at the right time, the right place, the right program, system activation. You know, and other people just feel so suppressed, even though nothing's happened to them, but they still feel so suppressed. I mean, and I don't mean they have like false memories or anything. It's more like they just feel real suppressed because someone keeps telling them over and over again that you're real suppressed, and therefore you're real suppressed. And then as you think about it, well, yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chicken when I could have had an egg, you know, or whatever that means. That's kind of like the mentality that some people have. Um, does that uh, cause any credence to reality? Chicken, egg. What came first? Chicken, the egg, chicken. I mean, everything seems to be a challenge. You know, it's just it's tire. I mean, I'm just trying to make a movie. You know, you can say, "Well, I don't care about religion." I don't. I don't care about it. I'm Catholic, but I don't care about religion. Isn't that funny? It's like, how does that even like make sense? Well, I don't go to church for one thing. I should, if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Yeah, it's a toughie. Is it the Hippocratic oath that they take? No. Is it the Chinese torture that gets y'all by? No. What seems to be the biggest problem in our religion? We try to compare ourselves to everything. That's the biggest thing. I think we should just make the movie and go on. It all reveals itself as the movie progresses. You could say, well, this is a progressive movie if you want, but you could say that it's a right leaning movie. That's what most people want to know today. They don't want to see a movie just because it's a good movie. They want to see a movie, how it plays out in reality and how they can use it as a tool to defeat the enemy. So if that's true, then we are in a combat mode, you know, because you go to the movies to learn about politics so you can fight another fight. And then, but it's their religion. So, and if politics is the Democrats' religion, we're in trouble because we're like trying to play politics or fight with politics. It's like, oh yeah, you just wait till we get in charge or something. But it's their religion. They practice it every day. They go to service. They bow down to the Queen of Israel. The Queen? Oh, the King of Israel. They don't like that or something because they don't think he exists, and so I don't know. It's very complicated if you understood what I just said, but it just means like, oh, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And we can debate about the Holy Spirit. Is that the Comforter? Is that the woman part of God or whatever? Which is, I don't know. I mean, and He made us in His image. He also says that, and then He says our image. So, of course, we only know that God is one. So, oh, hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So, where does we come from? Ouija board or something? No. It's think a word. Think a word. And the Bible actually makes us think, and we just think. I thought it just breastfeeds us through the whole thing. It's like, ooh, that was a good word, man. It's not easy being green, according to Kermit the Frog. Mwah, 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 mwah. I will destroy the enemy and his fortress. I will defeat the enemy in his defeated attitude. Well, we curse the enemy in every way necessary to see the light of another dawn. We will breathe deep the gathering blues. We will see deep in the gathering blues. We will go far and see forth the truth that sets us free. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The Nazarenes, area 147-144-145. The border will be closed right after these messages. So, like, the thing is, in the movie, we'll have, like, you know, the Michigan border should be closed. We don't want anybody in Michigan now. We're like, we become our own Michigander. It's possible that Michigan decides, like, the quarantine has to be done. So we have to go to the governor. Now we have a new governor now. We're making our movie. Yeah. I mean, if they really want, we need some scenes where it looks like the border is closed, but we just, yeah, because like we had to close off. Let's see, the Ohio, Indiana, kind of. Indiana wants me. No, I can't go back there. Then they would have to get ships on the water, like, you know, yeah, on the Great Lakes. Make sure there's no crossing there. People were trying to get out of Michigan because Michigan would be quarantined because of course we can't go to Canada either. Yeah, I know. What a bummer. Why is Michigan quarantining themselves? I don't know. I think there's some kind of bacteria driving us all crazy. They just look at the news and figure it out. We can't get paralyzed by the lights. We're not the kind that runs away, it flees. We're not the ones who attack either. We just kind of, some of it gets lost in the lights, like me, but some just kind of gaze, gandering, just gandering. And then you get hit by a car. It's like, oh man, I'm just a ganderer. Come on, man. This is a deer trying to get by, trying to get by, trying to get by. I'm just trying to get by. Yeah, we're just trying to get by. Trying to get by, we're just trying. And the poor deer, we feel really bad for the deer. I thought you were the deer. No, I wasn't the deer. I'm human. He's a human deer. A human deer, yeah. Human deer. I'm going to hunt a lion's hunt. And I got me a good gun. Yeah, they're closing the borders, man. Michiganders under like psoriasis. Yeah, we got psoriasis. Psoriasis. The max psoriasis. Yeah, that's like the layman's term for it. We call it quan fever, but yeah, I guess they're calling it like some kind of psoriasis or something. Like a rare form of psoriasis. It's kind of like, what is it like? This is the movie. Oh, come on. It's a rare form of psoriasis, something like cooties, but it's not cooties. It's more like well, you don't feel like you might get pimples or blackheads because the skin starts to not respond well to and it's changing faster and faster. So it's like, but yeah, we all got it, you know. It's like the psoriasis that's catchy. It's like real psoriasis is not catchy, obviously. But this kind is like, oh, psoriasis, yeah, no. And then your skin starts peeling a little bit, you know. It's like, oh man, I got a sunburn? No, psoriasis, man. And then he goes, oh, that's okay. Psoriasis ain't that bad. Just gotta take medication, you'll be alright. But then, like, they're giving you, like, antibacteria, and you're like, why am I taking the bacteria pill? Well, the bacteria just, to kill the bacteria that drives you crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, why would they give you an antibiotic if it wasn't like something that was eating away at you? And then it's like, oh, I get it. It's an antibiotic. Okay, you gotta take it for your skin. Yeah, I understand. But it's not catchy. No, no. Some things you need antibiotics for. It's not catchy, but this certain one is. It's like, it's really crazy like that. You know, it's like, but we got our vaccine, so we should be all right. But we didn't like they didn't like give out the vaccine until like everybody in Michigan caught it or something. It's really sad that way. So like so this skin disease, is really like terrible. I mean, just disgusting. I mean, we don't like have to get really disgusting if we don't want to. It's how we make the movie. But I hope we all got our flu shot. But I mean, maybe it'll make you sick. At least you won't die though. There's a difference between being real sick and dying. Some people want to die, and they'd rather be real sick. Of course, you might put it in their food, but it'll taste funny. That's what they say. I don't know. I never tasted it. But they say, like you doctor it up. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Yeah, it's kind of like leprosy in a way. You lose feeling in your skin, and your brain starts to get kind of fuzzy. Things get kind of fuzzy. Like, did I leave the toilet paper? Did I put the toilet paper on the roll the right way? And you're not sure. You leave a piece of bread on the table, and then they say, "Well, you got a little bit of autism there." Autism, yeah, you got a little bit of everything, man. You're like, we're so sick here in Michigan. It's just sad. Stay away, man. I mean, it's like it's not quarantine is stopping people from. 'Cause some people want to come in, I got, because they have the vaccine and they want to like kill us. Yeah, it's not because we're paranoid either. Because the president knows, there's an enemy out there. Because yeah, they're trying to say he's crazy. So yeah, and he knows he's not crazy. I mean, he might feel like he's crazy sometimes, but we all feel crazy. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almonds got nuts. Mounds don't. Everybody says it. Everybody does it. All know it's true. My friend Mark was upset because when I was in the hospital, he couldn't even leave a message with me. But yet they could say whatever they wanted about the president. And he thought that was kind of like mean. It's like he couldn't even say like, could you tell Frank that I'll see him Wednesday at 2 o'clock? It's like no, he couldn't say that, but they could say like, the president is evil and whatever they don't say it like that. It wouldn't really wouldn't really matter. So if anybody like the police or the governor or anybody really wants to pay attention and really wants to know why crazy people, in my investigation about crazy people in mental hospitals, even though I need to go into mental hospitals anyway, not just because to investigate, but also to understand reality of my own, which ends up understanding of like the reality of realities and how these people are being treated. And when you got someone who's got a severe illness and you're wondering where they get these weird thoughts from, just look at your own system and shut the hell up. I mean, look, when they're saying that the president is Hitler, the guy thinks, he's confused as it is. Um, he's has a lethal weapon. You guys know he does, but you can't take it away from him. And yet you feed him this crap. Everybody in there knows that that guy or whatever had lethal weapons. It's common sense. They know what was going on. They know the guy's life up and down. They knew more about that mentally ill guy than that mentally ill guy knew about himself. Okay, and I'm sure that a lot of idiot workers, the patients don't pay attention to other patients because they're very brainwashed that one patient doesn't know what the other patient's doing. That we're all nuts, and they're the sane ones. That's what you're taught in a hospital. If you stay there long enough, you start to believe it. But I'm saying it's not true. They are very crazy. The nurses are okay that I've noticed, and the doctors seem to be far out. But the staff, the ones who've been educated with these educated colleges, the ones that like give lectures to you, not the ones that pass out medicine, the lectures. They try to tell people how evil the president. What are they trying to do? Get our vote? Or are they trying to get us to kill people? I mean, you're in there. You're a danger to yourself. You're a danger to others. And what do they tell you? The president's evil. What in the my precious catfish? Yeah, that's my dog. She's sitting around watching this. But think about it. The guy, over and over again, and stuck in a building. They couldn't get away from the guy, even if you didn't believe him. When you try to get away from him, and like you can't go nowhere. You go to your room, I guess. But then you got to go to the groups to get out of the hospital in the first place. So, and then you're wondering, like, well, they can't get to the president. So they just started shooting everybody, thinking there got to be a lot of bad people. Because they're fucking nuts in the first place. So why? They're out of reality as it is. And then you're telling them that the president's crazy. They don't know what's going on. They become more crazy. Common sense. And then they complain about not getting the funding for the mentally ill. Yeah, I think there needs to be more funding. And I think people like you should not you get the. And some of these people I love to death. I love you guys. You gave me a broken watch. It was really nice. It didn't work. That's fine. For Christmas or whatever. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you give me a watch. It doesn't matter if you're nice to me. It doesn't matter if you understand me. You're doing stuff that's wrong and you should be fired. I love you, man, but you're wrong. Maybe you should stay hired and they should study him and about his behavior. I don't care what they do because it's not my job to hire him or fire him. I'm sure next time I go back there, he'll be there. It's his job. And you got the big union to protect them. Well, they don't have a union, but if they wanted one, they could get one. That's what they said. Yeah. I don't really care, I mean, the guy trying to fly right, and you can't like let him go, and then his kid and the dog and the bird and the tree. No, I understand. How would I fire him? No, I tell him I'm gonna fire him. No, he might get mad and walk away. When he lost his foot in the hospital, he had like an infection in his toe, and then he lost his big toe because in the psych unit there, they're claiming that the floors are not clean enough, and so he got like a bacteria in his cut in his foot or something. I don't know how he got it. I thought he was supposed to leave his shoes on, but what do I know? Anyway, somehow he got his shoe off in the hospital. Staff member. Now, what was he doing without his shoes? I have no idea. But he got like an infection in the hospital. That's what he claimed to me as a patient, and that he had to lose his. He lost his big. I think it was his right toe. I always hurt my left foot, but he hurt his right toe. I'm not sure. Might have been his left toe, but it was his big one nonetheless. And he limps on it, you know. He limps because don't have a toe. Kind of hard to walk without a big toe. Yeah, yeah. How he gets around. Damn, at least he's trying, you know. And then he goes through these drunken stages where he's not drunk, he's just dry drunk. He's trying to tell people don't drink, end up like me or something. I feel for the guy, man. Tomorrow is a new day, man. I'll get back to work. I'll go back to my work. What is my work? Telling the truth. I'm like your news reporter who really tells you the way it's at. I find out all the news I can. I go out and I deal with people, just like newspapers and all that stuff. I don't get flown around. Mine is mostly local news. But yet I get people from all far that come from where they are. Realities. And actually, you could be a reporter too, but if you're busy going to work, catching fish, going hunting, going on vacation, a vacation from your problems. But we sit in the hospital getting fucked with, learning the re-education program that's set for every one of us. Knowing that a movie could set apart the difference between 1984 to 1984 to 1984. And it is true that this movie I thought about the crazy poor psychiatrist. I got it, the movie figured out in 1984. It wasn't that Reagan didn't tell me the movie, you know. No, that's it. I got a commercial. So, in 1984, my father went to war. 1984. No, 1984, yeah. I went to war. I could have stopped something when I got back, before I got back. Maybe that's when I thought of 1984. So you think I slowed down or stopped the Orwellian prophecy in 1984? It's possible. Maybe it was 85 when I got back, so it could have been 84 when I shot the general. And then I came back, right? And then I was in a foster care home. But just because I was in a foster care home didn't mean I had to stop my obedience training or whatever you call it. I mean, being a soldier of the Lord or in the army or whatever it's called. And it's possible. Well, I know, like, I got my retirement watch on, so I don't do anything anymore. Except I'm a news reporter, man. I don't do the army stuff anymore. Whatever the army stuff was, I don't know. Well, I heard, now, this is just a little bird told me in my head. Okay, now this might be a voice, not a voice, but like an unreasonable thought process. So, like, I thought maybe this, like, I said, I might wear this hat, and the hat will somehow uh, maybe there was like this guy who was like if we're really trained, and they were really worried about him because he was like, you know, doing mischief, but he'd always get away with it. And we had to like find him, and nobody could find him. And I said, well, I could be like the hook, like my brother did to me when I was a kid, to picking up all the kids off the street, so he could abuse them. I decided, well, I'll still be a worm on the hook. I'm very good at that. So I wore my beret, and I had to get one, and I wore my Delta Force hat, and all I had to do is walk around like that for a few years. And sooner or later, I'm gonna run into the guy. He's gonna come. He's gonna fuck with me, and therefore we caught him. Yeah. I know I hurt my back over it all, and I knew I could die doing that, but we have to stop the guy. And that's the way I chose to stop him. But just to be sure it was legal enough to wear my hat and my beret, I wore it with my license, went to get my license stuck. And for some reason, that seemed to be a valid way to get your license. So I was very pleased with that. It's like going to the judge and getting the approval. Equals about the same thing, I guess. I don't know. I mean, hell, look at Hillary does. I mean, if she could get away with what she get away with, damn, we could get away with a lot of stuff if we really put our mind to it. But that's not what I want to do. My job isn't, and my life isn't to see what I can get away with. And some people feel that way, especially if you're a kid. I'm going to try something, see if I can get away with it. And that's all fine and dandy, because if you get caught and you get in trouble, you can have a messed up life. But if you don't get caught, I guess, then your life is still going to be messed up because the thought patterns are going to stay the same. I got away with it. Let's try it again. I got away with it. Let's try it. And then sooner or later, you get caught. And then you start lying, and then your memory goes because you're too busy trying to remember a bunch of things that's never happened. And you're trying to remember, and then you have to bring other lies to change, to make sure the other lies fit this story. And it wears on your brain because, all those chemicals know you're lying. And it slowly eats away at your brain until, you're feeble minded and you're no use to, and then they just throw you out the door and say, thanks a lot for your uh, dedication to craziness. No, you really got to tell the truth the best of your ability. Now, I'm sure if you tell the truth and you get beat up, it's not fun. It's not, because I tell the truth. I get beat up. I'm not fun. I'm happy. He's 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 happy. How happy is he? He's happy. He's happy. He's so fucking happy. He's 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 so happy. And then that dream that I had about the the smuggling of people, especially white slavery concepts, are like you're busted. You put down the cloth and rust it. Oh, you love 'em like a rock. You love 'em like a rocker. Now, can you imagine we saved some kids from being took into slavery, white slavery? Amazing. That's a new thing now, I guess. The white slavery hook. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. When you're walking through the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Frank Busters. Yeah, we have a little shop down in Kokomo, and we drink champagne, and it tastes like cherry cola. It's okay, Francis. I know you're jumpy. My dog's a little jumpy because she runs in the thing. We're trying to get uh, for eyes. That glaucoma thing. So if you could throw any money our way about that, I mean, people always ask me for money, but I don't have any. So, but like, if you need money, if we need money for the dog, and you know, call Dave, or you can figure it out. You guys ain't stupid. The dog, like, I don't know. It's doing well. It's 16 years old in human years, and seems like it should go a lot further. She's a very good dog. And it'll get done, hopefully. I don't know. Either that, or I don't know what they're gonna do. If they have a hard time getting out the porch and stuff falls off, she's getting kind of shaky sometimes. She's doing okay. She's happy. She's happy. She's happy. She's happy. Uh, she's not even making a sound. In the real life, there's always consequences of reality. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, the blue light. It's a blue light special. The Motor City Stresser. I said the blue light special. This is on Facebook, man. It's Facebook Live. We got many commercials, many ideas. Now, I don't know how many of you want to go to the dance floor, but if we went to the dance floor, do the body, do the body, do the body, do the body. Oh, do the body, do the dance floor, do the dance floor. It keeps you in shape, and you don't ask for more, don't ask for more, don't ask for more than the ones you slide. We're the ones that keep you alive. Now, there could be, like, some of us are going to sleep around now, so there's some dreamy stuff I'll put on. Let's see. Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Dream, dream, dream. You can sleep and sleep. Your body, body. Every word I say and every breath I take, you get far and far, deeper, deeper, far and far asleep. Every word I say and every breath I take, you get far and far, deeper, deeper, far and far asleep. You'll be happy inside. You can smile and grin. Good night. Now this is the old film. The 8 years, 8 millimeter, 8 millimeter silver. The hunchback with negative. Negatively positive is positively negative is negative is positive is positively negative. You're positive, it's negative, it's negatively positive, it's positively negative. I like the slate. The slate, the slate, it brings me out late. It's late, it's late. And there's bubbles. Let's see. Let's see what else we have and pitch around. Let's see what we have here. He's happy. He's happy. He's happy. He's happy. So happy. He's not even happy. The white glare. The white glare in your hair. The white glare. X-ray. You got an X-ray vision. You got some Motor City decision. You got an X-ray vision. You got some Motor City decision. We could wake up in Frisco and go 2 more miles to the store. The lady up ahead gonna scream 'em down. The document style. Let's see. Whoops, that's not it. Document. The document. Hello, people. This is the document. This is the document style. You have the right to be a document. Anything you say will be documented against you. If you don't believe me, just ask Glamour. Oops, I lost Glamour. It's so easy to fall in love. It's so. Now, a lot of people fall in love and then it chokes out lately. So, what's the big deal? A lot of people say it's family and all that. What I say it is simple. It's not just the love factor. You see, the love factor's low. We haven't got enough love in our system to respond to each other. We have not enough love to give. We're not love sufficient, stuff like that. Not it. Of course, there's many things pulling at it. There's a systematic drag on all the stressors in our life. So I shall be back in the shadows again. He's happy. 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 Hmm. This is live from the hive. King Bee. King Bee. King Bee. He's a king bee. Mighty, mighty. Looking up the tree.